Hi everyone, welcome to another show this week. Hope you're all feeling good. Over here in Australia, we do have the new moon in Capricorn, so I've been doing a lot of manifesting, especially yesterday. We had the 2212 portal, which has been bringing in some awesome energy. As you can see, I've got my dream board in the back there. Whoop, this way. Dream board. I had all my crystals out here. So yes, I've been getting busy and really like tuning into this energy, and I hope you have all been doing the same. Especially leading up to Christmas, there is so much going on. I really hope that this is a good time and a positive time, because I do know leading up to Christmas, sometimes, we're missing certain people at the table this year. I know that it's not always an easy time of year for people. So I just wanted to send out a lot of love and light to those people who might be, coming up to their first Christmas, or coming up to, a place that is or should be happy, and maybe you're not feeling that way, because I know that it can be difficult for some people, and I just wanted to acknowledge that. I felt really called to that. Just as I was tuning in, I was feeling a bit of that energy, so I wanted to acknowledge that. So today I will be taking some calls if you would like a reading. As usual, though, I would like to do a collective card pull as well. And it was interesting, as I was shuffling, I had two cards just come flying out of the deck. So I'm going to start off with these two cards, and I'll just pop the other ones to the side. So it's really interesting that I was just talking about it perhaps not being, a positive time for some people, because the card that has come through here for the collective, and obviously take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Sometimes as well, I feel it's important to just note, when I do my readings, or if you're going to a psychic reading, oftentimes the information that comes through for you on that day or at that specific moment in time, it may not resonate with you exactly at that moment, because a lot of us are clairvoyant and we are tuning and tapping into future energies and possible future timelines. And I say possible future timelines because not everything does happen, exactly as we are seeing or exactly as we are feeling. Sometimes the choices that you make can change your timeline, or outside circumstances can change that timeline, because we always have free will. So whenever you go to a psychic and they're giving you information, it's very important to just take what resonates on that particular day and try not to live too much by it, because things can always change. But when I was pulling cards here, I can see that I had the storm warning card come out. So I am definitely feeling this ungrounded energy. Perhaps there are some conflicts within the household, because we've also got the journey card. But I also just want to highlight that for those of you who are planning on going on holidays, for those of you who may be currently moving, this is obviously going to be adding extra pressure and extra stress for you at this time. But it will pass. And I do feel for the people who are resonating with this particular message, I want to say in the next 3 to 4 weeks, things are really going to turn around. But I do feel like there's a move here or a holiday here. The holiday as well, it really stands out to me. Obviously, you go on a holiday to have a break, but I just feel like some of you may be having to take a trip interstate or a trip even overseas for a situation that perhaps isn't so positive, because it feels like there is an element here of sadness or confusion, or a bit of I don't want to say bad, but maybe more of like a negative reason to go on the holiday rather than a positive one. So whoever that resonates with, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I'm definitely feeling this energy right now where it's just a bit chaotic and it's hard to ground. But give it about 3 or 4 weeks and I really feel like things will start settling in for you, especially for those of you who are moving, or those of you who are even hosting Christmas at your house. That is just going to be adding even more pressure and more stress to you, having your friends and family coming to your home. So I'm going to just leave that there for the collective. And at the end, I may pull a couple of more cards for a collective message as well. Feel like there's some more things that want to come out. But I do have a caller. I believe I have Amy Lee on the line. Are you there?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right.
Good. How can I help you today? Do you have a question that you'd like to ask?
I was hoping to connect with somebody that has passed away.
Okay. Just as I'm in your energy, I do feel connected to a masculine energy. So just standing behind you, the best way I can describe it is I'm just feeling a pull to a masculine energy with you. Is the person that you would like to connect with a male?
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to say I actually have two energies that I'm connecting to. One of them does feel like a family member. The other one feels more like it could have been a romantic partner, or it could have been a friend. Do these two energies connect with you?
Yes.
Yeah. Has your father passed?
No.
Okay, because he just gives me like a fatherly or, a protective vibe.
Yeah, it was, I always called him my second daddy.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because that's who I have coming through for you, because he's giving me this vibe that he is that protective, fatherly, loving nature towards you. But then just to the side, I am seeing someone else stepping forward. So have you lost somebody that you had a romantic connection with, or someone that meant something to you in this way?
Yes.
Yeah. So is it your partner?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's coming forward too, and they do kind of come in together, and I feel like this is just important for you to know that they have met, or they have some kind of connection there on the other side. So even if they didn't meet here in the physical, I do feel like they have now connected over in spirit. I just want to say that to you. Now I might get the messages a little bit cross-wired just because they are together, but did one of them pass? I keep being told that they were sick. So was your partner sick?
Not him. The other one.
Okay, yeah. I thought that might happen. That's okay, because they are just how they're coming together. I'm trying to separate them, and I am still, I would say, not learning, but when I have more than one spirit coming through, I am still navigating my way around disconnecting the two and trying to get messages from each at the same time. So if I do cross wire, that is why. So it was your father figure that was unwell?
Yes.
Yeah, because he is just acknowledging that there was a decline there, and I feel like he'd found out that he was unwell, and then quite fast after he had passed. I do also connect to a heart. So if this isn't for him and this connects to someone else, I just want to bring this up because he is referring to the heart and to the chest area and health problems and complications with this. So if not connecting to him, I want you to just take that on board, either for yourself or someone around you, as this may connect to you at another time, but that is coming through in his energy. Okay?
Okay.
When I connect into your partner, that feels very sudden to me because they're clicking their fingers. So there feels to be something unexpected or something quite fast in relation to that passing. Does that connect to you?
Yeah, it was very unexpected.
Yeah, very fast, very unexpected. And I just feel like the rug was like pulled out from underneath my feet. So it's like, we're going along with life and everything's happening, and then boom, it's completely changed. And he just keeps coming through and he keeps acknowledging and saying that he's sorry. So however that connects with you, I need to get that message across because I'm trying to connect into his energy, and he just keeps saying, I'm sorry that it had ended this way. And I feel like somewhere in his life as well, he's talking about not being able to finish so many things. So I feel like he's young. He has this young, like he was gone too soon. That's what it feels like to me, because he's talking about having all these things that you and him wanted to do together that you didn't have the opportunity to do because he had passed.
Yeah.
Now,
We do a lot of things.
Yes, he does. You know, he even is showing me now mountains, and I'm not sure like if there's any connection to skiing here, or if you were going to go on a holiday somewhere, or if he liked the snow. I'm not sure. It could even be connecting to Christmas time, because, you know, over in Australia it's really hot here. It's like 40-degree days, sun shining, but I know that, you know, there's snow over in the US. So I'm not sure if he's even just connecting to this time of the year, but he is showing me holidays and wanting to plan these trips as well. Is there any, did you have a holiday planned?
Well, we had New Year's Eve last year planned together.
Okay.
And we didn't
This
make
would
it.
be what, yeah, so that would be what he's referring to when he references this. Is there something about mountains or the snow or skiing that does connect to you and him?
We live close to the mountains. And there's a mountain actually right like by my mom's house that we used to go to.
Okay, so this is his way of saying that. So yes, he's just coming through, and he is referring to that as he's communicating to me. Canada, I also am connecting to Canada or something else here too. And I'm not sure where that connects in, or if there's going to be, does that make any sense to you right now?
Not Canada at the moment.
There's something here, and this could just be something that comes up at a later time or at a later date, or it was going to make sense at some point, because I do keep hearing that as he's connecting in with me. So I just want to pass that on to you. But he does also keep saying to me, he doesn't want you to stop doing the things that you had planned together. He wants you to still move forward, and he does still want you to do these things, because even when he's talking and when I'm in your energy, I'm feeling as though it's just been really hard for you to break free of this, and it's been quite difficult for you to move forward. But I really feel like you're going to start coming to a time now where you're able to move forward, and where you're going to start doing the things that you were going to do with him, because this is something he really wants you to be able to do. He doesn't want you to not fulfill your own dreams and fulfill all of your goals. So he really wants you to continue that journey.
Yeah, I knew he would.
Yeah. And also he does keep saying to me about health. So was he struggling with his mental health at the time?
Yes.
He's referring to his mental health. He is also referring to your physical health too. Obviously, what you have gone through is very hard, and it's something that, you know, you never want to experience. So I am feeling that emotional and mental struggle there. But he is also referring to your physical health, and he does keep saying he wants you to look after yourself. He's saying if you are feeling different within your body, he wants you to acknowledge this. He really wants you to, you know, do the things that are taking care of you. He's acknowledging as well, he wants you to do the things that make you happy, the self-care, all those things, but in particular your health. So if you are noticing, I'm actually even hearing headaches, dizziness, fatigue, anything like this, or even anything that I haven't suggested or spoken about, just anything within your health, he wants you to pay attention to that, because I feel like you have a tendency to maybe just push it to the side. Oh, I'll deal with it later, you know, going about your day and doing all the things. But it's very important that you put yourself first and you put your health first now moving forward. He's very strong in saying that because he doesn't want you to lose sight of yourself. And he does just keep saying as well, that he's sorry, and did he actually pass at a like significant time? Was it like near a birthday or an anniversary or an event by any chance?
He actually passed on New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay. Okay, because he keeps referring to the time that he had passed was quite a significant time. So this is just him validating that. And I just feel really hard to like breathe in his energy. I just kind of, couldn't, I feel like that's the anxiety that I may be picking up on, or like restriction around the chest there. The fatherly figure that is there too, I just want to say, he just keeps saying that he's so proud of your achievements. And I feel like he also had missed a lot in your life, or there's something that he's acknowledging about missing. And then he goes like this. So it's like he's missed a big chunk of time. But I just need you to know that even when he wasn't here in the physical and he maybe couldn't experience things with you here, he's always been so close to you, watching over and protecting you. He still is doing those things from the other side. And he just needs you to know that he has such a loving energy here, very compassionate energy that comes through. So I just want to pass that on to you, that they're both with you. And your partner also is just saying, even though this had happened, he doesn't want you to think that it has any change or effect on how he felt about you, because I feel like there was such a strong connection there and there was a lot of love there. This was just something really tragic that has happened. And it almost feels like it was like in a moment, just boom, in a moment it was done. So I just feel it's really important that you know that you supported him the best you could, and he does love you, and I don't want you to think any different. He doesn't want you to think any different.
Yeah, we were having quite a little bit of problems there at the end. It's good to know that.
He doesn't want you to think that this had anything to do with you. This, he loved you, you loved him, and that's just a really strong message. He's very sorry, but he does not want you to hold on to any of that.
Okay.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to leave that with you. I really hope that hearing from them has brought you some kind of peace at this time, and I really hope you have a lovely Christmas and New Year's this year.
I definitely appreciate it. I needed that.
You're welcome. Know that they are with you every day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I believe I have one more caller. Catherine, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, I'm good. So did you have a question for me today?
Yes, I was wondering maybe if you could hear from my aunt.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's really interesting you say that, because as soon as I was connecting into your energy, I could feel a female, but I feel like a mum energy. So was your auntie someone very special to you? Would she have this energy for you? Did you kind of look at her in this way?
Yes, very much.
Yeah, because she's like coming through and I'm hearing mum. So I just want to say that, which is so interesting, because we just had a similar thing with the last caller. But yes, she is referring to that. Now, I'm just going to take a second to tune into her energy, because I do feel like there's a lot going on in her energy. So was she the kind of person that would always be helping someone or doing something or thinking something?
Yeah, she always helped everybody.
Yeah, she's busy. Like, I don't feel like she's changed at all, because even when I'm trying to connect to her now, she's like over here and with this person and doing this. So she is still, kept that same spirit about her and personality about her. And she does keep saying to me too, like, so I feel like she was starting projects here and now she's still trying to finish them over there. So on a collective way and in an energetic way, she's still definitely helping people. Now, she is referring to a child, have you had a child since you passed, or has someone close to you had a child that since you passed?
Yes, I had a daughter when she was still here, but she passed away when my daughter just had turned 3 months.
Okay, because this is the child that she's referring to. So she just wants you to know that she is still around for that. But I also am feeling another child here. So perhaps you will have another child. I do feel like this will be a little boy because I'm seeing lots of blue. So I just want to bring that
Oh my
to
God.
you. And does that make sense to you? Oh, you
I
do?
have a son too.
Okay. So this is just her way of acknowledging the boy as well. For you, and just knowing that she's not missing anything. And I feel like she was a bit nosy because she's like, I am not missing out on anything. she also keeps saying too that you've had a lot of conversations. So I feel like the phone, maybe you spoke on the phone every day, every time something happened, you would text. You have a very close bond with one another.
Yes.
She does also keep saying to me that you're going to have a really close bond with your daughter. And, you know, we always hope we're going to have close bonds with our children. We love our children so much. But I just feel like there's something unique, or there will be something unique about the bond that you have with your daughter that she keeps bringing up and referring to. So this might not make sense to you now, but perhaps as your daughter gets older, this will make more sense to you at the time, because that does come through. So I just want to bring that to you. Now, the passing of your auntie, I am seeing doctor's surgeries and hospitals. Was she unwell?
Yes. When her sister passed away, she went into like a depression, and she got very sick from it.
Okay.
And she was always in and out the hospitals and nursing homes.
Okay. Yeah, because she keeps showing me these places specifically. So again, her caring and nurturing for people, you know, this is just her way of validating that she's still here. Now, she's also just said to me something about a new job. So if you're looking to get back into work, or if you're looking, you know, at studying or a new job, there is going to be something that's coming for you in the new year. She does keep talking about this. And there's something highlighted about February as well. So keep an eye out for February, unless February already connects to you in some way.
That's so crazy that you said that, because I just got into a job, and I start on January 16th, a new job into the new year.
Amazing. So this is just her way of validating.
So crazy.
She's just validating this new job for you, but also I feel like February will be a really great month, and perhaps this is just going to be, you know, because now you've got your new job, you have more money flowing in, and February is just going to lead you now to more opportunities that you can follow through with because of this new job. So, you know, this is all just confirmation from her that she's still very much involved with your life, just in a different way.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to leave you with that, but I really hope that this has brought you some comfort, especially hearing from her at this time, but know that she is with you and your family, and she's still involved with everything that you're doing.
Does she see like other kids like coming?
Yes, I believe you'll have one more. Even though you do have a son right now, I do feel that there'll be one more child. Perhaps another boy, because I'm still seeing a lot of blue.
Oh my goodness, boys.
Yeah, I have a son, and he's only 6 months, but he's been hard work already.
Yeah, boys are very attached to the mothers.
Yes, he's a big mummy's boy. But yes, I do feel one more for you. And, you know, I'm just going to throw it out there and say February could be the month that is going to connect for you for pregnancy, or for when you give birth even. So if you fall pregnant next year, you may find that your due date will be in February. There's something about this month. So see what happens, but I do feel there'll be one more for you, definitely.
Oh, goodness. And one more other question. Do you feel anything like with my relationship?
Relationship. Okay, so the first thing I feel when I tune into that is, well, what I seen was a roller coaster. So do you find at the moment you're on a bit of a high, bit of a low? Does that make sense
Like
to
in
you?
the middle? A little bit.
Yeah, I just see highs and lows. And obviously relationships are filled with ups and downs, but sometimes you might feel like you have really high highs and then really low lows. But I feel like any obstacle or challenge that you may face, you will overcome it. I'm being shown the symbol for being able to overcome it and stay together. So I feel like you will be okay, but communication is going to be super important, and actually explaining how each of you feel. So there could be a miscommunication here. Maybe you guys have different love languages. It feels like there's something that's a bit like not connecting. So whatever that is, just really finding and figuring out how you can explain things to one another, because Spirit are really highlighting more of a miscommunication than not communicating at all. So really just making sure that when something comes up, you can both understand where you're both coming from in those moments. I do also feel like he may struggle in his job or to hold a job, or he struggles to find something that he really enjoys. This could even be involving a hobby, but I feel like it's important that he does find something that he can really look forward to outside of family life. And I feel that's important for all of us, but just that's being highlighted for him. I feel like there's something there that he needs to really work on.
Yes.
And I feel like once he does that, it'll help you guys tremendously.
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling today, and I hope you and your family have an amazing Christmas.
Thank you. You too.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me again today on another show. I hope you all have an amazing Christmas and an amazing New Year. And I will see you all in another 7 days.